In the quiet town of Umuwaka, people still whisper about a wedding that ended in mystery. It was supposed to be the happiest night of Chioma's life. The drums had beaten loudly, the dancers had filled the compound, and laughter had floated into the night sky. The entire village gathered to celebrate the union between Chioma and a wealthy young businessman named Emeka. Everything looked perfect. The bride was beautiful, the groom was proud, the families were joyful. But before the morning sun rose, the bride was gone. No note, no struggle, no explanation. Just an empty room, a folded wedding dress on the bed, and a story that would haunt the village forever. Chioma was known in Umuwaka as a calm and respectful young woman. She worked as a school teacher and lived a simple life with her widowed mother. Emeka, on the other hand, had recently returned from the city. He was wealthy, confident, and admired by many. When he chose Chioma as his wife, people said she was lucky. Their wedding was the biggest event the village had seen in years. Palm wine flowed like a river. The sound of talking drums echoed through the night. Women danced in colorful wrappers while children ran around happily. Everyone believed it was the beginning of a beautiful marriage. After the celebration ended, Chioma was escorted into the beautifully decorated bridal room prepared for the couple. The room smelled of roses, candles flickered softly, but hours later, when Emeka finally entered the room, Chioma was gone. At first, he thought she might have stepped outside, but minutes turned into hours. The bride had vanished. The search. Panic spread through the compound. Family members searched every corner of the house. The villagers checked the roads, the nearby river, and even the neighboring villages. But Chioma was nowhere to be found. Some people whispered she had been kidnapped. Others believed she ran away. But the most painful question remained. Why would a bride disappear on her wedding night? The truth. 3 days later, Chioma's mother received a letter. Her hands trembled as she opened it. It was from Chioma. Inside the letter were words that shocked everyone. Chioma revealed that she had discovered a terrible truth just days before the wedding. Emeka was already married in the city. The woman there had 2 children for him. When Chioma confronted him secretly, Emeka begged her to keep quiet. He promised he would settle everything later and convinced her to continue with the wedding so his reputation would not be ruined. Chioma felt trapped. If she canceled the wedding, people would blame her family and shame her mother. So she went through with the ceremony. But deep inside, she knew she could not live a life built on deception. So on the night of the wedding, she quietly left. Not out of fear, but out of courage. What happened to Chioma? Chioma traveled to another city and started a new life. She continued teaching and focused on building her future. Years later, people in Umuwaka heard that she had become the headmistress of a large school. Meanwhile, Emeka's secret marriage eventually became public, and the respect people once had for him disappeared. The wedding that once brought him pride became the story that brought him shame. Lessons from the story. Truth always reveals itself. No matter how deeply someone tries to hide the truth, it eventually comes to light. Emeka believed he could deceive everyone, but his secret destroyed his reputation. Never build your life on lies. If this story inspired you, don't forget to click on the subscribe, comment, like, and share.